Okay. Hello and welcome everyone. Finally, last day of my vacation and I'm finally early. I finally caught up with all of my shit. Almost all of it, yeah. Actually, I could have been early yesterday, but instead of doing my stream, I decided to prog latest extreme trial in Final Fantasy. Yeah, I logged into Final Fantasy for a few minutes. I saw an opportunity and I grabbed it. Seized the moment. Oh, I redeemed a bunch of codes. Right. What is this? Fuck it. So, I don't have any wishes. History. What's my PT now? 5. I looted Ningguang. Okay, 5. Okay, sure. I think I'll stick to temples from now on. Login, great. Yeah, the plan for today, I want to push Archon quest. I want to do other stuff like Tatara Tales, Sirai something. I have stuff to do. And I will be doing those, but before we begin, I want to do my commissions. I want to get them out of the way. There it is. Oh, right. Fuck, I think I'll do it after the stream. Yes, so I have about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours at most, until I have to take a break. And then after this break, I will be back, but I'm not sure which game I'm going to play. We'll see. Third Yelan is still out there. Third Yelan.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as
Sito.
I remember.
Okay. Are you? Ah, yeah, you're trying to get it. My first Yelan is still out there. Okay, that is done. Reputation quests, right, I forgot about them. They really go all out with the banners. I kinda want to get almost all of them. She really shreds everything. I need more time with her, because I think I missed some interaction with abilities. Yeah, I think I haven't done trial yet, so that's going to be my chance. Fog dispersed. She will shred 20-30% more. Oh, I need to defeat them actually. Okay. Oh shit.
By royal decree, let me scribe. I swear by my sword.
Okay. Random bullshit go. Okay. And that's it. Back to my team. I'm thinking about what boss to farm next. Ah, right. No, I'm not thinking. Yes. I've already decided yesterday that I'm going to farm reagents for Yanfei. Sabotage the slime balloon.
Solidify!
No, my sword.
Uh-huh.
Fire hazard.
Standard taser. Okay. Okay, I actually have all those characters. And they do work. Why wouldn't they? But it's tough. Is it a bad team? Oh, yeah. Oh, thank God I did that. Defeat all opponents.
Gather!
Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Let's light it up! Rain cutter! Everybody stand back!
Cryo kinda counters Xincho. Because of cell application of Hydra. Yes, that was my first idea why it's hard. It's annoying as hell. Okay. That's all about commissions. My expeditions are not ready yet. We can kill... What do you call him? The bishop? Yes, once. From here, I think. How am I doing on bosses, by the way? 2 more bosses. And then I can do whatever. Okay. And since you're playing that team without a healer in that team, it's kinda painful to be frozen and disrupt your rotations. There are also no shields, yes. It's Beidou, Fisher, Xincho, Sucrose. Is Xincho the driver there? But damage-wise, the team is performing good. Unless enemies really decide to stay spread. Sucrose is. Decide to stay spread. Sucrose doesn't do any kind of ventilation. She does, but not much. Okay. Oops. Oh, a chest. How did I miss it? Okay,
Do we
let
have
me
you?
mark it. I have this browser. Genshin map. Mm. She doesn't have poses on this map. Here. This one. Mark. Okay. She rather helps with keeping them together, but if they are not together in the first place, she can't really convince them like 20. Okay. Yeah, that might be an issue. Bade really hates the spread.
Solidify!
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Huh? Let me weave you a verse. I'm going in. Time for a light show. Good bishop down.
Like this team, I don't really need to know what the boss does.
Stabilize! Order guide you!
I just press my buttons and that's it.
Let's light it up.
Gather!
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter, know my soul. Huh? Teamwork is
And now we can do some quests. Okay. What is my state? Okay, it's not locked. Go to Tatarasuna. Boom. 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 Building my Zhongli.
Well, here we are. But
No, it's not
what are
Zhongli.
you looking for?
Increasing her power.
Something
Yeah, okay.
Or someone?
How do you say her name? Forget it all the time. But I got you. Gradually increasing her power. Okay. How do you want to use her?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about Tatarasuna? Of course he does.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before.
We kinda know. We kinda know that.
Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago.
And with the latest additions like giving her the catch from Raiden, I finally decided to just look at some numbers. And it's really fine. Okay.
I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then, too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
With VV Shred and Kazuha by Kazuha. Kazuha's damage bonus, she really crits. She just crits for 22k. Easy crits. Without reactions. Oh, without reactions. Alright. Okay, mechanic looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of Kabukimono connected to Tatarasuna?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
That's Kazuha, he makes a lot of difference. That's VV. Kazuha gives also some bonus. But still, I can imagine some reactions on top of that. So there is no more Kabukimono. Did the Baladiro really manage to erase himself from history completely? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was. But so far it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Thank you, Xavier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help.
Which reminded me, did I tell you that I have rebuilt my Bennett into damage? Yes, that it heals less, but the damage is quite good.
Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusanali. Oh yeah, I wonder how they're going to explain the false god and who was going to become one.
Sure.
If Paladiro does not exist anymore.
What's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Haven't heard that before. Alright, thank you, Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Echoes of History. Kabukimono's finale. No, wrong button. That's the one. Okay. Can I? Yes. I've melted his burst with VV. Okay, and what happened? Okay. That's an interesting number.
Fireworks are for now.
How does it work for Bennett? I don't remember. Because I actually ignored his damage from his burst completely.
Benny's adventure team, a sip!
Aha. To be honest, I completely ignored this number. Like, I just ignored it. That's a good percent. How much does Mona have? Uh-huh. I see. So it doesn't get much better than this, I guess. 96k. Maybe a little bit. Give me a minute, I need to bring something. Okay. Nahida.
Hey, it's them.
It's us indeed. Ah, it's those guys that were discussing history. Fuck, I don't remember it. They are probably going to say something different now.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect is to have researched Rasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
You've seen me doing... Yes, I saw it. I saw it. And that's how I'm comparing them. Without Kazuha and Vivi. But Mona's percentages are a lot higher. Her burst, in my case, I think it was level 6. And Bennett's was level 9. Yeah, I think hers is supposed to be like more than double in terms of percentages. I'm not reading that. I haven't read it last time. I'm not reading it again. What is this? A great many of these rumors revolved around yokai, who are so very charismatic characteristics. Was so very characteristic of Inazuma's folk histories. A very small portion, however, mentioned the word outsider. It should be known that the appearance of such a character who is suspected to be based on a real person is a very curious case. This fact drew the attention of the researchers to delve further, and eventually the following pieces of information came to light. A foreign mechanic once visited Tarasuna. Reportedly, the reason for his immigration was to exchange knowledge and forge ties with the locals. I think this is the doctor. However, the mechanic seemed to behave suspiciously, often wandering around essential or restricted areas, and if someone tried to turn him away, they would only earn incomprehensible mumbles from his lips. The mechanic often stared into the furnace, seemingly to check on its condition. Uncertainly, he also spent a substantial amount of time watching the local residents. Judging from the era, it was not uncommon to see cross-cultural exchanges of technical knowledge in places such as Tatarasuna. After traveling across the tides, foreign experts being welcome in the region was likely not unreasonable either. Yet calamity came not long after this exchange of knowledge, which hints at high potential for causation between these events. However, some current residents believe that these assumptions were merely the results of their forebears' overreactive imaginations. Niwa. The mechanic. Long have I delved through many texts and documents, but I was ultimately unable to decipher even a specter of a clue as to his background. Still mentions of the mechanic grew scarcer in the aftermath of the Tarasuna incident. I speculate that instead of the mechanic possibly being a figure woven from overripe imaginations, he actually did exist, and perhaps even had a hand in the events. Okay. She can do some good numbers if you fiddle with buffs and shreds, because you need to do them right, which can be tricky. Yes, triggering her burst properly is tricky.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Any more highlighted stuff? Yes. Miyazaki hit his green upon hearing... Oh, I'm not reading this. Then a second ship was sent. I don't want to read this. The content has changed. Another effect of tampering with information in Irminsul. The Balladeer said he'd erased 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might, but still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma, so how about we tell them what we learned?
Sure.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
In that regard, Child's Burst is simpler. Almost any burst is simpler. And I actually don't remember what Child's Burst does. I actually don't remember at all. I will read it after this.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it... Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
It's just a nuke that also applies his debuff to enemies. Yeah, I like those kinds of bursts. You just press a button, something happens, that's it. You don't need a PhD in Genshin.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
We've got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so...
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Like Amiya. Yes, exactly. Like Amiya, like Xinqiu, like Bennett, Zhonli. Like everyone in this team.
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was investigating the situation with the Balladeer.
The Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no, that's obvious that she forgot it as well. because she also forgot about the knowledge.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time. Any changes to Irmin's will affect her as well. The balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers. Once again, I'm the record keeper.
Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong?
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. Okay. With a heavy heart, blah 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 blah. They actually let me read it now. They don't move the frame to the next slide. What the fuck? With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. There once was one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left in Azuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a Gnosis, and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irmin's soul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable, in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story.
Okay, not talking about the forbidden knowledge.
So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsoul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
So they remembered the machine was empty.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsoul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
I see. So it's not only changing the memories, it's actually changing the past. Okay. We don't talk about redacted.
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsoul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsoul wouldn't affect her.
It's only memories. So if there is a photograph of him somewhere, a painting, it's going to stay the same. Like, if there are footprints, if he stabbed someone, they have cameras. Like, recorded information also changes. Okay. Okay. What is recorded information then? How far does it go? Like, again, footprints. Is it a record?
So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
footprints aren't really deterministic. What if you wrote a word with your footprints in the snow? Like, imagine spending a couple of days and writing a paragraph with your footprints.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that. I'm really not sure. We were enemies after all, I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. And actually, yeah, the question is, does he remember anything? Like with redacted. Did he want to reset everything or save someone, or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him the answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Great Lord Rukadivata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died.
Yep.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again.
When we deleted her, the information changed. The books in the game have changed, but Aranara is still there, and she created them. So events stay the same, but people just remember details about them differently, but records change. Yeah, I understand that. I was just trolling. It's just every time when you try to do some story with kind of time travel or time manipulation or something adjacent to that, like here we are changing the past, in not really, but in a way, and it's always confusing.
He couldn't keep hating humans
And full of
after that.
holes.
And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. Actually, with Aranara, it's a good example. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Connecting to the database.
Found it. This should be the one.
That's like ChatGPT assisted Google search.
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Surprisingly, the information is presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
I know the feeling, but here it's quite solid in my opinion. The world building is still consistent with itself. Yes. It was consistent until some record appeared.
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that.
This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the Balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
That was a really good drawing.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
I've never had this feeling before. It feels like life is insignificant as a feather. QQ. I guess that was about the story. Yeah, the story was pretty good. I can see how you can make a side-scrolling platformer out of that. Kind of like an Ori.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that, but Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Take a walk around the Grand Bazaar. Okay, I'll just walk there. Actually, I'll just glide there. I guess that's where we will meet him. Grand Bazaar. Is that the place on the ground? Under the tree? Yes.
We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling like there is something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting. Cut people happy. Oh, you see her a little bit, right? Let me see. That's kind of fine. Yeah, destroying the chair. Okay, you've been noticed.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. It's gotta be there somewhere. Great Lord Kadivata, Forbidden Knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Yes, that was it. Great Lord Kadivata, she said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Uh-huh. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation in Lesser Lord Kusanali? To do the deletion for her. There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Great Lord Kadivata. But this is crucially important detail. This is a crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the deletion is... What happened to him?
Excuse
The
me,
question
boss.
is...
There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
There he is.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the balladeer.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
The claw sharpening sounds are just familiar. Of course they are. Have you seen his demo, by the way? If not, watch it right after this quest line would be good, I think. I saw it, yes, I saw it. That was probably the last one I saw. I'll hate them is also a good one. I feel like I've seen some parts of it, but not on YouTube.
This'll do.
Yeah, I think I maybe seen it as a part of some meme.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe this. I would never believe it.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted...
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you.
Have we met before?
Okay, so he actually doesn't remember.
No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You are a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There is somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
Then let's return to the city.
And Dia's gonna feature some good music, most likely. Why? Why is that? What kind of music? It is below.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid...
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you and me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
Because in the trailer 3.5, a segment featured good music. And they usually use a part of the demo. And it will be metal. Okay. Okay. I don't remember this segment at all, so... yeah, we'll see.
But I don't... No, you're right.
Did he remember something?
Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Did you watch the stream? No. No. Oh. Oh. The one that was 3 hours ago. No, 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 no. I had no idea it was going on. It was happening. The trailer for 3.5 was in the beginning of it, so no wonder you don't remember it, since you haven't seen it. I just don't remember the patch numbers.
I remember. But where are those
on top of
who
it, yes.
share the mem-
Okay. I will check it later. At least the trailers.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You told us, Lord Kusanali, what happened?
You say that you're trekking across Tevat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Oh, interesting question.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
You aren't missing much with those trailers if you play the game itself. It just shows what you can expect in the patch. Yep. But still, it's entertaining to watch most of the time.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. You drifted from
fuck.
place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let
Women.
parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Okay. Nothing major. Some random shots from new quests, some random phrases. Yeah. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes you have to let parts of yourself go and you will never be happy. Or you will never be happy. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. He that tells the wanderer about his past.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Why do you care? You don't even remember him.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay,
Good
again.
point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Nissan Drift. Wanderer, what can you tell me?
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Nahida?
It's time to get ready.
Oh, it's a domain. The memories of a certain puppet. A certain puppet, yep. He can be the Balladeer, Harbinger of the Fatuya, and he can also be the Kabukimono who was once sighted in Tatarasuna. Yeah.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
We are in 2030.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just finishing the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second-in-command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Look, a chest. Alright.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Okay, what's around here? Nothing. A lot of nothing. Oh. Hello? Okay. Can start something. Okay. What? I see. Door of Resurrection activated, I see how it goes.
what are we doing back here?
Okay, I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Dodged it like a true professional.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon, one that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Let's light it up! Rain outlines your face.
Oh.
This is order.
Let me weave you. Everybody stand back!
Time for a light show.
I need to go there, but something is here. Yes, a chest. Raw meat. Who dropped it? And I remember this room.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Oh yeah. I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never failed to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Oh, so they didn't show us actually meeting the Balladeer.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the doctor, he's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
Okay. Scaramouche greatest hits.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Are you
Can you
saying...
return my memories to me?
Okay.
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
Are they going to restore him from the backup?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this the true meaning of Greater Lord to Kadivata's words? A person can't erase themselves. And even though the original Baldir has gone, this person will live on in his place. Are a person's sins an inescapable part of their destiny too?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
A cutscene, a proper cutscene.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright? No way!
That's a memory. That fucking blade.
Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience.
Have
you got any more stupid questions?
People human!
Опа. Окей.
At my command, Fury, you shall fall upon the gale.
Okay, I need to use my skill to dodge his abilities.
People human! Behold!
Wretched vermin! Squall and Fury! How amusing!
Huh.
My endless cycle begins! Quit following me. The wind rises.
I can eat. Okay.
People human!
Let's see. Oh, the music is kind of good. What is this? Revives. 10 HP, 1 time something for 1 time is going to be fine. Everlasting Lord of Arcane Wisdom. Okay.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
It's his boss music. It sounded similar, but not exactly. Okay, maybe.
What did you expect?
I haven't
never
done him
lose to
that many
that.
times. I haven't done him that many times.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now you've recovered your memories, the past will catch up to you. With you.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
So did they restore the records in Irminsul?
Welcome back, traveler. Pipe.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui. And they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people. And they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
Yeah, now it's time for the real challenge. I guess it's selecting the name.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the Doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Okay.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nahidin doesn't see you in that way.
Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered. Including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Thank you, let's hope you can find some answers.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yep.
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I didn't do all this for a reward. Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
I hope you can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Did he try to say something?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
You want us to decide?
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
Name change rules. You can obtain the item from the Archon quest interlude in version of Genesis, which will allow you to change Eons Adrift Wanderer Animus name. Please take note that some names cannot be utilized in this change. Once you have renamed this character, some interfaces in the game going forward will display the name that you have chosen. There is a limit on the number of times you can rename this character, so do so with care. Disclaimer. Travelers, please ensure that you follow the terms of service while using this function. Please read and confirm. Boolean. TOS. We may have to restrict your use of the game services if you do not follow these rules. This may include suspension, restriction, and name reset. Forced disconnection, login suspension. Oh, shit. That's serious. At the same time, you are welcome to use the report function to send feedback. What the fuck just happened here? Okay, at the same time, you are welcome to use the report function to send feedback to us. So tell me, how can I rename him later? Is there a way? Is it a one-time thing? They said that it's limited, but how limited? Can I get another rename later? You'll have an item after this. Okay, so I can choose it now and then I can use an item once to rename it again. Let me see. No. Okay, some of these names are interesting. Let's say it like that. Okay, I'll leave him like this for now.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think this will do.
All right, if you say so.
Yes, I was thinking about V2 and I saw the baby girl. Did you see the browser? No, you didn't. Yeah, okay, I saw the baby girl stuff. And there are a lot of names like X6, Asmaster 420, something like that.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
Yamato as in Virgil's sword?
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
I don't understand why they can't just put the memories back in Irmin's soul. They have a backup.
Huh? But if we do
I guess that was only the backup of Scaramouche.
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
Okay. ...
What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
Not wise, not deities.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
As in famous Japanese worship. Okay.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and all these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the Life is a story too long to be
Okay, I need a break. Someone demands my attention. I will be back in like 10 minutes. Where is my new fancy timer? Yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. Round 1 is done, but I think she will come for another one pretty soon. Yeah, finishing quests. As though morning dew. I guess here? Okay. Yeah, you can kinda hear it. Okay, a few more minutes. This how it is.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest up, Paimon. I'll buy some delicious treats as a reward.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
That night we stayed here, Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something. By something to do with the Balladeer and broke the vase. But the Balladeer erased his existence. He changed the world, so why is this vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused.
Again.
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe my eyes, does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I wonder what else awaits me in the future. I know what awaits me. A cat jumping on a doorframe. I can see it in your eyes. One moment. And we don't know who it was, but there are a couple of theories.
Boats are made for transfer.
I will bet on the stupidest solution that it's the Archon.
Tend to stay a while.
One of the Archons of the Fontaine.
Come to settle.
That's it, right? Yes, that's it. So now, world quests. Event, I'm going to do it later. Tatara Tales, functional test. Yeah, I would like to finish the Tatara Tales. But before we do that, I'm going to kill Geo Bishop one more time. Where is it? It's one of the fears, but it's unlikely, to be honest. I mean, it's unlikely that they do it twice in a row. I have no idea what that is, who that is. That's a god of time. Cool, a new element. Time. Is there an autorun? I think there was. Someone's gotten used to me being at home during this time. Usually she's asleep for at least 1 more hour. Fuck, what is this element?
Solidify!
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword! Fire hazard!
Yeah, that's fine. But we'll see. Let's let the game tell its story. Yep.
Stabilize!
Rain cutter! I'm going in!
Use a shield?
Time for a light show!
Solidify! Order guide you!
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
I only ever farmed this boss for Yanfei. That was so long ago. Yes, I also farmed for that exact reason. Attack, crit damage, attack, def HP, no. By the way, what's there with Yanfei? I think I ascended her, but I haven't leveled her up, yes. And I'm going to keep it like that, because I have Raiden and Venti. currently I'm doing Raiden. Venti. I need to collect those. Those have respawned. Respawned. Wait, actually, there was something else. Yes. There we go. Yeah, I probably should level up my teams first. Actually... No. Yeah, I think leveling up other characters to 80 is going to be more beneficial. So, I want to turn in the dailies. I hope that expeditions are ready. I'm not sure, but they should be. But I'm not sure.
Thank you for complete
Dailies... Yes, please.
Ad Astra.
No, expeditions are not ready. Okay, then I will do them all together later. Tatarsuna. Oh, Traveler, things do not look good. The Fatui within have concentrated their forces near the core. It seems that they have discovered something. Surely they don't intend to breach the core's defenses. No, we can no longer afford to delay. We must move now to initiate the functionality test. By that I mean that we must test our machine friends' purification abilities. Our machine friends' purification abilities, okay. I have no intention of moving it into the furnace only to find that it will not function. To that end, please help me find 3 Onikabuto, if you will. I think I should have them. I want to place them near the Mikage furnace, which will cause them to be tainted by Tatarigami. Then we will retrieve them and use this purification device to cleanse them. This is the test I have devised. Where do I find this Onikabuto? Normally they are found in electro-rich environments. I have also heard that they can survive near the Mikage furnace. What hardy little critters they are. Why don't I just snag some from the furnace then? Well, you could do that, but if you were to take Onikabuto directly from the Mikage furnace for testing, to tell you the truth, I worry about the reliability of my little machine. It is best to work through tests step by step after all. Well then, please help me find 3 Onikabuto, if you will. I've got this. I could just take a dip inside the furnace myself. Well, you could use yourself as the test subject, yes. But like I said before, the device's reliability may not meet expectations. If something unexpectedly truly does happen during the purification process, you might encounter some unforeseen issues. Let's just stick to using Onikabuto for now, shall we? Just 3 will do. Okay, that's the entire daily quest to just bring them back? They are right here? Yes, I had them. That should do then, yes, thank you. I shall begin tests immediately. By the way, do you have a quest Lost in the Sands, which is a part of a series Golden Slumber? Let's take a look, I don't think so. Is it a world quest or... It is a world quest probably. Golden Slumber. Lost in the Sands. Yeah. There it is. Let me scroll down. There you should see it. Okay, it's gotten darker and you cannot see her. So why is that important? That... Okay. Fate of a fighter. Wait until 10 to 12 the next day. Ah, I remember this one. Yeah, it's nearby. Might do that as well. Through all of the desert. Just checking. Okay. I think I told you that I wanted to do quests in order from Mondstadt and then work my way through Liyue, Inazuma, and Sumiro. But there are these areas in Inazuma that are really annoying. And I'm trying a little bit to get them out of the way first. I need to wait. Wish. That's a reflex. 10 to 12. Confirm. Outlander, how have you been? I apologize, this is no place for guests. Still, I'm glad you could come. You look much better now. Isn't it a pity that I've survived yet again? Isn't that a good thing? Why is that a pity? What's next for you? Have you ever thought about going back? Oh, she's eating. Let me actually... Kokoku is now following. Let me check that in the browser. Stream manager. Hello and welcome. That was unexpected. And all the more valuable for it. Hey. Okay, so the quest. Yeah, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I haven't made my mind up about what to do next, but I don't think I'll go back. Kujo Masahita is not a bad person, but his old man is calling for deserters to be caught and punished. I cannot afford to get on the wrong side of him. Maybe I'll take off my armor. It's been nice living alone here. But until we have peace, there is no point deceiving myself. My memories assert that I am still that same wounded, blood-stained soldier. And who knows what might happen in the future. ... and 6 dots. Let's go for 6 dots. Well, as I was saying, I had never doubted the decisions of Your Excellency, so I think that even if I died, I would die with no regrets, right? Well, this conversation suddenly got heavy. Speaking of which, it's time for me to visit my old comrades in arms, who are still with me on this island. In Inazuma's tradition, we offer our fallen comrades a dendrobium, a delicate and noble flower, a symbol of the fate of all samurai. By the way, if you meet my old comrades in arms in your journey, please stop for a moment and get to know them. I guess that's it, the entire chain. Cool. What's next here? Dreams of sword art. Search for a blade mentioned by the nameless samurai. Only if there is a pointer. Are you a Yoimiya main? I am, yes, I am. I am main in Yoimiya. Why is this surprising? That's amazing. Well, I think it was one of the first 5-star characters that could deal damage that I got, and so I invested everything into her. And now it's a bit hard to invest into some other character, to switch to some other character. Who do you main? I assume you also played this game, so you have to main someone. Can't pick. Well, if I had more time, I would also try to level more characters. Oh, look at this. Can fit. You see? Yoimiya benefits. You can fit onto here. Let me mark this on my map. Where am I? On this little island. Let me show you the map as well, maybe. I have this scene. So... Kudra encampment. Here. Kudra. There it is. Mark. And back. Out of the Wanderer, Shao, Yilan, Ganyu, Yoimiya. You got the Wanderer and the Shao. And Shao. Well, I'm not free to play. I have Welkin, but I don't have that many wishes. So I couldn't get them all. Shao C1. Is it from the most recent banner? What am I supposed to do here?
Gather!
Rain outlines your fate.
Got Shao in his secondary run. But got C1 recently.
The fuse is lit!
And you also got the Wanderer. I think there were no Yoimiya banners recently. At least I don't remember them. So you had her for a while. But yeah, Shao C1, Shao C1. I think there was something cool for Shao. Yeah, I don't have it. Character archive. Let me remember. Shao.
Wait. Huh?
He should be here somewhere. There he is. Constellation C1. Yeah, charges. Yep. Shao C1 is a cool stuff. Is that it? Yes. Dreams of a Sword. Give the blade to the nameless samurai. Ganyu Yoimiya. I just need Kazuha. Me too. I think there is a small chance that I might actually swipe if we get the Kazuha banner. Have you found the swords? Submit. Then I have... all anime characters. For anima team. I remember this one. One of the two children used this sword. That child, he and his friends sneaked off to the smelting plant to obtain 2 identical swords that the smiths had discarded. The finest of blades were made there, but these 2 were an inferior make, so those 2 children... I remember now, they would be mocked by others for not being able to afford swords made by famous smiths, and for using junk. I say as long as I can slay foes in battles, it is a good blade. Who in this world is born bearing a golden jade? Who in this world is born bearing golden jade? Sorry. My cat is kind of in the way. There she goes. Nor does the battlefield distinguish between the noble and the lowly. Samurai, have you ever been on the battlefield? I am no samurai. It is a cat. Have you seen one before? You missed it. You missed it by a few minutes, but she was playing a lot before. And now she's finally calmed down. Maybe I can make it brighter. This lamp. Can you see her better? No, you cannot. Then let's go to camera settings. No, not right now. Yes. My camera decided that it decided to not work today properly, so I have a really junky setup, and I cannot control camera settings right now. You should. 1 strike and 1 strike only. It is all it takes for someone to fall, whether they be a mighty general or a lowly Ashigaru. I wonder when we'll see Venti's rerun. Venti rerun has been a while, so that I could finally build the infamous air fryer. But I cannot die. No matter how many swordsmen or Ronin came to challenge me, I was never defeated. Those who are only swordsmen in name, they fled, or they were all cut down. You are the only one who has managed to defeat me. Curses, curses, how did I lose? Curses, curses, curses. Again, we will go again, I will not lose this time. Who you want? Let us duel once more, you and I. Well, if you are ready to lose. Many have said this before. Takatsuki Dugiri cut them down, so I guess that's his name. How many blows will you withstand? Venti Kazuhana. Hida Bennett swirls and burning with full mastery.
Let me weave you a verse. Teamwork is
Okay, talk to him again. You have defeated me. Again. Will you not tell me where you learned your swordsmanship from? I've told you, I'm a traveler. Do all true masters hide their true selves like this? Never mind, I shall not pry. It has been so long since I felt this fulfilled, discarding all pointless thought and giving myself over to the blade. How strange, my body remembers this refreshing feeling as well. It's almost like I could gain acceptance, own everything in this world. When I was wielding my sword, when my all was focused on winning victory. Yes, that's right, I once wielded this sword to sunder many armored bodies. I remember how I felt then. More and honor could all be gained by the sword, as long as I had the last laugh at the end of the raging battle, What did anything... Why... What? What did anything else matter? Ah, I see. To the victor go the spoils. The spoils the glory, so I had such moments of satisfaction in my time. Did I? When I was crowned with honor, acknowledged by my supervisors. Acknowledged by my superiors, when the wine flowed freely. Wine, wine. How could I forget the wine I drank under the moonlight with my companions? I miss that taste. You remembered. I remember now. I remember drinking wine together with people. It was a long time ago. I remember that we were inside a great encampment. Men armed and dressed in armor were all around us. We said something then. No, I can't remember it. Perhaps you'll remember if you drank the same wine from back then. You'll help me find that wine? I can. I am in your debt. Perhaps I shall indeed remember my past if I drank the same wine that I did back then. But we should get up to 22 fates next patch. Up to 22 fates. For free. Since they are updating rewards from Archon quests. Armored and armed men, does he mean soldiers from an army camp? If we head east from here, we'll reach some land that's mostly flat. Maybe that's where the camp is. Fates. Fates. What's a fate? Remind me. Up to 22 fates next patch.
Oh.
The thing for one. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, now I remember. Those fates, okay. Ask soldiers about the wine. Not you. You? Do you know of a nameless samurai? I have never heard of some strange guy like that. You are barking up the wrong tree here. Do you know of a nameless samurai? Born into a fishing village, joined the army, and that manner of speech. I think I know who you're talking about. After that last battle ended, a lot of folks went missing in action, that guy included. Usually people who end up unaccounted for have either deserted or, you know, bought the farm. But that guy with his skills, I don't think any of those riffraff from Sanganamiya could have beaten him. I thought he'd fled. I never would have imagined that he'd lost his memories and become a madman who only knows how to wield a sword. Well then, were you here to ask about him, or did you want to do something else? Please help him regain his memory. You know, I wouldn't necessarily call losing your memories on the battlefield a bad thing exactly. But you look like a good person. I mean, you came all this way just to help him out. As an old friend of his, I would like to help, but as you can see, I have my duties here and I cannot leave. I just need the wine that he drank in the past. Wine, that's all you need then. I've got it. I'll give you my personal bottle of it, in fact. Back when he was still in the army, he, a friend from his hometown, and I would drink together. They were both of lowly birth and would often be ostracized by those fools from richer families. He was a rough man who didn't care a whit about being excluded. He just threw himself into battle all the same. The general at the time quite liked him, and raised both him and his hometown friend to the rank of Hatamoto. But during that battle, I always come to back to something awful whenever I think about the past. There is no point in nattering on it, so I shan't. Well, you had the wine. If there is nothing else, best you take your leave. This is a military encampment after all. If you tarry here too long, people might get the wrong idea. Okay, now we go back to the samurai. Do you need the redemption codes from today's stream? Those ones. Did you find the wine? I did. Submit, give. This wine, it's bitter, that's not right. I remember that the wine we drank before wasn't like this. It only had the taste of excitement and joy. We took names and won glory. Should we not have been pleased with ourselves, and yet why does this wine go down my throat so bitterly? And this bottle, I remember it has to be. He would take this bottle and he would say, "Come on, Masanori, have another." Masanori, is that my name? So that's your name, Masanori. It's a fine name. Yes, I remember. I would often drink with the same person. He and I were like brothers. And we would talk often, so it's that other guy from Lowly Birth, from the same village. But there was just this once, when he said something that led to an argument, and so he left. He was my brother in arms. Through thick and thin. Why would he just leave like that? Why? What did I do wrong? Do you know, samurai? You probably need to ask yourself that question. Maybe it's for the best that you don't know. You need to ask yourself. But I want to know. I must know. Please, I want to know. I want to. Defeat Masanori. Okay, so which stage we have to defeat him? My head, it hurts. Please, I beg of you. Fight me once more. Use your blade to help me remember. Help me remember everything. Yeah, okay. Let us cross swords.
Stabilize!
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Huh? Let's light it up. Fire hazard.
And we are done. Masanori. Defeated by the same person thrice. Oh my, this week. I have honed my martial arts ability from childhood to today. How am I so useless? Useless. I am a useless samurai. Wait, I remember now. I saw a sword fall from someone's hand, and it wasn't Takatsuki Dugiri. What? The sight of that sword sent me trembling all over, and my courage failed me. Beat him to make him remember. I'm not sure if this is an appropriate medical procedure. It is. I approve. It's just... it matters where you hit him. I feared that fallen sword and I fled from there and ended up here. And where is that place? I fled here from the tidal floods in the northwest. That was where a battle took place. Why was I so afraid of that sword? What happened there? I'll help you find that sword. Remember, I have to remember that sword, that sword. I always, well, I can't forget it. This scene wasn't even like horrifying or anything, but somehow it stuck with me from the first Assassin's Creed. In Ark, I think it's the first time you go there. You have to kill that psychiatrist, let's say it like that, who was torturing people in his asylum. And in his defense, he said that he was treating mind and not body, and that all of those beatings helped him to cure the mind of his patients. So I guess it used to be the correct medical procedure once upon a time.
The insult shall be punished. Rain outlines your fate. Ha! Witness the power of... I'm going in! Time for a light show! This body belongs to ice and snow.
Oh shit, that's a huge ass health bar.
Let's get down to business. I will have order.
Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up. Rain cutter. Teamwork is dreamwork.
The fuse is lit.
Fairy.
And you.
Oh, draw. A familiar old blade stabbed into the battlefield. Let's go back. Oh, I actually have to finish any minute now. Remember, I have to remember that sword, it's the same dialogue from before. Give it to him. This is that sword. Yes, that was his sword. But where is he? Where did he go? We agreed to go home together. What's come over you? Why wasn't he there? How can this be? And he just goes berserk. And now they gave me 2 minutes to defeat him instead of 1.
Witness the power. Everybody stand. Time for a light show.
This will do.
Come on. Cheating! What the fuck?
Stabilize. This is order.
No, my sword. Let's light it up. Let me weave you a bird. Teamwork is dreamwork.
The fuse is lit.
Okay. There we go. Masanori. I have truly been defeated. I put everything on the line to wield my sword, but the martial arts that I so worshipped, they have been truly and pathetically beaten. Have you awakened? So we are not going to spar again? Have you awakened? You need not worry, I lost control earlier, never again I will raise my hand against you of my own will. I fought you to my heart's content 4 times, and discovered some shattered memories, obtained 2 swords and a bottle of wine. I'm satisfied. How to make a man happy. Moreover, the more I remember, the more I feel anger and a deep pain rise up from within me. Perhaps my past is indeed far from a beautiful story. I doubt I will gain much from becoming obsessed with it, so it is best that I put it down. Nonetheless, I believe it to be greatly fortuitous. I always forget how to pronounce it. Fuck it. I will Google it later and I will forget about it again. That we met. I do not regret it. The feeling is mutual. I'm still a little afraid of you. The feeling is mutual. You are indeed straightforward. I shall also be frank. I may be to you as a defeated foe, but if you are willing, I still wish to exchange pointers with you. Warriors make friends best when their swords clash, rather than when they talk around the table. I and Takatsuki, that guy, will remain here, watching the sea and listening to the wind. We will be here anytime to speak to you, should you wish it. This guy is used as training dummy, and there is also an achievement for defeating him in 30 seconds. I think I saw it, yes, I saw it. Yes, once I watched a video of supercharged Lisa, and the guy one-shotted him with Lisa. I remember this. Well then, have at it.
Gather!
Huh? No, my sword! Fire hazard!
A mystic reprise!
Not going to happen. Yes, not going to happen.
Let's light it up! I'm going! Time for a light show!
Come on, not the time for it. Almost not. Aha. And so it has to be under 30 seconds for both of his health bars. Oh shit, that was a lot of damage.
Rain outlines your fate. Drink.
And he's stronger between midnight and 4 AM? Okay, I guess right now it's a weaker state. How can I watch that? Yeah, right now he's weak state. I guess I have a chance if I come here with my full energy. And if sacrificial procs. Maybe later. You could also use food. Oh yes. Dream Nursery. Aranyaka. Maybe let's start some story quest. Which one is the leftmost? Jin. Leo Minor. There it is. Characters involved. A child's secret. I think it should also be here. No. There it is. Carmen Day.
Oh my goodness.
Venti. Aha, so they block each other.
Oh my gosh.
Overall, it's not that hard, but you must go any minute now. Yes.
Huh? All will be revealed in the next volume? Oh, drat.
Yes. Your adventure arc 55. You mean you had that many 5 stars, you have C1, C2 guys, and you are not AR5? 55? Let's kill that guy one more time, and I'll go. I just saw it and I thought Yoimiya did a lot of damage.
Time to act.
Well, I poured all of the artifacts into her. All of them. And I got lucky on a couple of them. It's just basically everything goes into her. I think Xincho doesn't even have all of his artifacts. Wait a minute. Sorry. Yeah, I think Xincho is in a pretty poor state. Yes. So everything goes to Yoimiya, that's why she does a lot of damage. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Like, it could be better.
Body and mind.
Solidify!
Huh? Huh? Let me weave you a vert. Teamwork is strength!
I am seeing 50k crits a lot more often nowadays, yes.
I will have order!
Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up!
Fuse is lit! Go the ship down!
Gather!
Everybody stand! Rain outlines your fate.
What? What are those achievements? Why we fight? That's about the samurai. Fine, I'll do it myself. I got that right now. Defeat without reflecting its primordial shower. I can reflect something here? Sure, I guess. Echoes of history, discovery consequences. Okay. Okay. Me, myself, but not I. Within the memory, okay. Okay. And I got something else. Geo-elemental reaction. In all of its elemental forms, okay, got it. What about my... not enough. I will wait for a temple. I will definitely wait for a temple. Okay, that's it for now. I might be back in a couple of hours. And if I will be back, I will be doing quests today. But I will definitely be back tomorrow. And I will be doing stuff like Abyss tomorrow, and I will be doing the event tomorrow. The Abyss. This event. And I need to do my test runs, I will be doing them tomorrow. I don't know the time. At some point during the day tomorrow I will be on. Yeah, that's it. Let me teleport somewhere. Here. That's it. Thanks for watching. Coco, it was nice seeing you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for talking in the chat. And I hope to see you again.